Good evening and welcome to Express News with me, Deepika, your daily half-an-hour window that brings you all the latest news and updates from different parts of the world in just 30 minutes. Let's quickly begin. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi urged citizens to take the Janman survey on his Namo application to share their views on the progress achieved by India in the last 10 years. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi was on a visit to the southern Indian state of Tamil Nadu. He participated in the 38th convocation ceremony of Bharati Dasan University, Tiruchirappalli. Prime Minister also conferred medals to the students. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi also addressed the students at Bharati Dasan University about the rich history of Indian universities and how the Indian universities are climbing the global rankings. Speaking about the concept of convocation being ancient, Prime Minister gave the example of Tamil Sangamam, where poets and intellectuals presented poetry and literature for analysis that led to the recognition of works by a larger society. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also noted that India and its civilizations have always been centered around knowledge. He added that India's ancient universities like Nalanda and Taxila are now well known. During his visit to the southern Indian state of Tamil Nadu, Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the new terminal building at Tiruchirappalli International Airport today. Developed at a cost of more than 1100 crores, the two-level new international terminal building has the capacity to serve more than 44 lakh passengers annually and about 3,500 passengers during peak hours. The new terminal hosts state-of-the-art amenities and features for passengers' convenience. Prime Minister also visited an exhibition at the international airport. The Prime Minister said that the new airport terminal building and other connectivity projects launched in Tiruchirappalli will positively impact the economic landscape of the region. During his address, the Prime Minister said that today India is among the top 5 economies and Tamil Nadu is becoming the big brand ambassador of Make in India. India's Prime Minister addressed a public gathering in Agatti Island, Lakshadweep, during the launch of development initiatives. Prime Minister noted the immense possibilities that Lakshadweep offers. He also informed that many development projects were completed in the area during the last 10 years and also mentioned creating modern facilities, especially for the fishermen. India's Home Minister Amit Shah chaired a high-level security review meeting on Jammu and Kashmir. The meeting was attended by multiple other dignitaries as well. India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar, in an interview with the news agency, said that Pakistan's core policy has been to use cross-border terrorism to bring India to the table, adding that India has made the policy irrelevant now. India's External Affairs Minister also voiced concerns over the influence of Khalistani forces within Canadian politics. The Election Commission of India will issue notification for elections to 3 seats of the upper house of Indian Parliament from Delhi and 1 seat from Sikkim. Polling will be held on the 19th of January. India and the United Arab Emirates commenced the joint military exercise called Desert Cyclone 2024 today in the Indian state of Rajasthan. The fortnight-long drills is strategically designed to enhance interoperability by fostering the exchange of best practices, particularly focusing on urban operations. Supply of essential commodities, including petrol and vegetables, have been affected in India due to an ongoing strike of truck drivers. Union Home Secretary held a meeting with the All India Motor Transport Congress. The active cases of COVID-19 subvariant have increased to 4,565 in India. In the last 24 hours, 573 new cases were reported in the country. 2 deaths have also been reported in the past 24 hours. Moving on to business and economy, the Indian markets ended in red on Tuesday. Sensex fell 379.46 points to settle at 71,892.48. Nifty declined 76.10 points to settle at 21,665.8. Indian rupee fell 10 paise to settle at 83.31 against the US dollar. Gold future maturing on the 5th of February next year stood at 63,575 rupees per 10 grams on Multi-Commodity Exchange of India Limited. Silver futures maturing on the 5th of March next year stood at 74,855 rupees per kilogram on the MCX. In the first trading session of the new year, oil prices surged on expectations of supply disruptions in the Middle East following a naval incident in the Red Sea. Asian markets started Tuesday's session on a rather cautious note as investors await key economic data from Asian region. Japan remained closed due to recovery from a New Year's earthquake. Hong Kong media tycoon Jimmy Lai has pleaded not guilty to all charges levelled against him in a high-profile national security trial. Sri Lankan government increased value-added tax rate by 3% from 15 to 18% effective the Monday. Previously exempts like petroleum and LPG have been brought under the value-added tax ambit, making the move very unpopular among the public. Filings of income tax returns by the taxpayers hit a new high by the end of 2023 with 8.18 crore IT returns for the current assessment year 2023-24. This is 9% more than the total income tax returns filed for the year 2022-23. Loans under Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana reached an all-time high of 3 lakh crore rupees in December 2023, registering 16% year-on-year growth. The sale of electoral bonds will start from Tuesday. It will be sold through 29 authorized branches of SBI till the 11th of January. Japan airline jet engulfed in flames at Tokyo's Haneda airport after a possible collision with a Coast Guard aircraft. All 379 passengers and crew members have been evacuated after a plane was engulfed in flames at Tokyo airport. Japanese police confirmed that the 5 crew members aboard the Coast Guard plane were dead. Israel's Supreme Court struck down judicial reform law that challenged the powers of judiciary and sparked mass protests. The law triggered nationwide protests last year. Israel withdrew some forces from Gaza to shift to more targeted operations against Hamas and is partially returning reservists to civilian life. United States Navy ends deployment of its Gerald R. Ford aircraft in the eastern Mediterranean. Total of 355 migrants from Texas arrives in Illinois on the first day of New Year under the Texas state policy of relocating asylum seekers to communities run by Democrats. A court in Bangladesh sentences Nobel laureate Muhammad Yunus to 6 months imprisonment for allegedly violating labor laws. South Korea's opposition party chief Lee Jae-myung stabbed in the neck during a visit to the southern port city of Busan. South Korean police on Tuesday identified a 67-year-old man as a suspect who stabbed the opposition leader Lee Jae-myung while his motive is unknown. British doctors to walk out for 6 days of industrial action, launching their longest strike yet at the busiest time of the year for the UK hospitals. Doctors are seeking a 35% improvement that they say is necessary to cover the impact of inflation over a number of years. Somalia has rejected agreement signed between Ethiopia and Somaliland granting Ethiopia access to the sea in return for international recognition for Somaliland. A New York driver trying to escape police truck injured 8 people, including 3 police officers, on a sidewalk in Midtown Manhattan on Monday. Australia's Eagers Automotive encountered a recent cyber incident, unveiling unauthorized access to specific portions of its IT infrastructure by a third party. U.S. energy giant ExxonMobil Corp has formally exited the West Karna-1 oil field in southern Iraq and handed over its operations to PetroChina as lead contractor. Vietnam's Ha Long Bay, one of the country's most popular tourist destinations, is losing its famous turquoise hue as pollution and overdevelopment threaten its wildlife and picture-perfect image. Thailand and China to permanently waive visa requirements for each other's citizens from March 2024 to upgrade relationship between the two countries. Moscow pounds Kyiv and Kharkiv with missiles on Tuesday, hours after the President, Vladimir Putin, promised to avenge attack by Ukraine on Russia's city of Belgorod on New Year's Eve. South Africa's former Paralympic star Oscar Pistorius, who was jailed in 2014 for killing his girlfriend Riva Steenkamp, will be released on parole effectively from the 5th of January this year. North India continues to grapple with intense cold as many states woke up to severe cold and low visibility on Tuesday morning. The Indian Meteorological Department has issued an orange alert for states of Delhi, Punjab, Chandigarh, Haryana, West and East Uttar Pradesh and parts of Rajasthan due to dense fog. Dense to very dense fog is likely to continue over some parts of plains of northwest and east India during next 3 days and gradually decreasing thereafter. Temperature in India's national capital is expected to plunge further in the next few days. Over a dozen people were killed and dozens injured in an earthquake of 7.6 magnitude that hit Japan on New Year's Day. Authorities in the island nation struggled to assess the full extent of a disaster that wrecked buildings and roads and left thousands without power in freezing temperatures. Japanese residents have been warned of further major tremors. The Japanese meteorological authorities have said that there is a 10 to 20% chance of another similar-sized earthquake striking within the next week. Japan has meanwhile dispatched thousands of army personnel, firefighters and police officers to the worst-hit area in the relatively remote Noto Peninsula. Many rail services and flights into the area have also been suspended. Flights and mobile phone coverages were reportedly disrupted, while many convenience stores were also shut. South Korea's east coast was hit with tsunami in the wake of a 7.6 magnitude earthquake that struck Japan on Monday. An 85-centimeter tsunami was observed at the east coast of Mukho port in Dongye City. Giant waves and choppy waters in the western U.S. state of California over the weekend prompted evacuation orders amid fears of flooding. Disney's early version of Mickey and Minnie Mouse, one of the most iconic characters in popular culture, entered the public domain on Monday. Dozens of swimmers, mostly dressed in striped bathing suits and Santa hats, took to the cold waters to make a fresh start to the new year in Croatia. Hundreds of Kosovars rushed to Pristina airport to travel to European Union countries after visas for Europe's open borders Schengen zone were waived off. Berlin police gave a positive review to city's New Year celebrations after significantly increasing their street presence and adding further firework no-go areas. A self-driving bus service officially began its pilot application in the southern Chinese city of Guangzhou. Commuters can access the self-driving bus through a bus card or scan to pay just like they do on a regular bus. Denmark's Crown Prince Frederik will become king after his mother, Queen Margrethe II. Crown Prince Frederik will become King Frederick X. Frederick married Mary Elizabeth to Nelson in 2004 and the couple has 4 children. After celebrating the start of 2024, thousands of runners gathered at Berlin's landmark Brandenburg Gate on Monday to get the new year off to a positive start. Cambodia designated the 29th of December as Peace Day, an official national holiday in the Southeast Asian country. China's Shenzhou 17 astronauts enjoyed an abundant meal with space-grown vegetables to celebrate the first day of 2024. The astronauts dressed in special hoodies and turned on the cameras to record their New Year's life in space. David Warner made a plea on social media for the backpack containing his baggy green cap to be returned after it went missing on the journey from Melbourne to Sydney. In a remarkable display of health and unity, people in India's capital, New Delhi, performed Surya Namaskar at Morarji Desai National Institute of Yoga on Tuesday morning. The Western Indian state of Gujarat welcomed the new year with a spectacular feat. Over 4,000 participants across 108 locations and 51 different countries performed the sun salutation yoga pose, creating a Guinness World Record. As temperatures dipped in India's Jammu and Kashmir, the demand for electric blankets is on a rise. The blanket-making units and small-scale industries are generating more employment opportunities for the people with this. Security forces near India Gate and Kartavya Path carried out rehearsals for India's 75th Republic Day on Tuesday with full fervour despite cold temperatures across the national capital. The idol of Lord Ram, carved by renowned Indian sculptor Arun Yogiraj, has been selected to be installed at Ayodhya's Ram Temple on the 22nd of January. After Shimla, Winter Carnival 2023 commences in Manali. Cultural programs are being held at the Winter Carnival. Hollywood couple Michael Douglas and Catherine Zeta-Jones has been travelling in India as they welcome New Year in Hyderabad. American iconic jazz pianist Les McCann passed away at the age of 88 in Los Angeles. He was renowned for his song called Compare to What. Hollywood actress Zendaya took to social media to share the poster of her upcoming movie called Challengers. The sports drama movie will have its theatrical debut on the 26th of April. Mexican actor Ana Ofelia Marquea died at the age of 90. She voiced the role of Mama Coco in Disney's two-time Oscar-winning animated feature film Coco. Hundreds joined New Year's Day dive in North Sea in the Netherlands as a part of an annual New Year's tradition. Backstreet Boys member AJ McLean announces separation from wife Rochelle Diana after 12 years of marriage. American rapper Cardi B took to social media platform Instagram to share her health update with the fans. She said, and I quote, "I'm literally fighting for my life," unquote. Indian actor Shah Rukh Khan's comedy drama movie Donkey earns over 400 crore rupees worldwide. Bollywood actor Hrithik Roshan and Deepika Padukone star aerial action film Fighter is all set to be released on the 25th of January this year. Indian actor and comedian Sunil Grover, star of crime comedy web show Sunflower, is all set to return with its second season. Moving on to sports, Spanish female footballer Jenny Hermoso arrived at a court for World Cup kiss probe to give evidences against the former president of the country's football association, Luis Rubiales, over an inappropriate conduct. The incident that took place at the medal ceremony following Spanish women's team's World Cup victory at Sydney sparked controversy, following which Rubiales was banned from all football-related activities by FIFA, the sport's world governing body. Wayne Rooney has been dismissed as the manager of Birmingham City after less than 3 months in the role after a winless run left them hovering above the relegation zone. After Rooney took the charge, the club lost 9 of their 15 matches, winning only 2. They have been winless in their last 5 outings. Indian cricket team is all set to stage a fight back as they take on South Africa in the second and final test at Cape Town on Wednesday. Australia will take on Pakistan in the third and final test at Sydney Cricket Ground from Wednesday, with an eye on sweeping the series after their convincing victories in Perth and Melbourne. Following a successful stint with Afghanistan men's cricket team, former England batter Jonathan Broad's contract as the head coach has been extended for a year. His 18-month tenure came to an end with 2023, but the ACB chose to keep him for 2024 as well. Phoebe Litchfield's incredible century, her record 189-run stand with Eliza Healy and handful of cameos have helped Australia post their highest ODI total against Team India. For Indian women's team, Priyanka Patil was the pick of the bowlers with a career-best 3-wicket haul that included 2 in 2 balls that had Australia on the rails momentarily. Novak Djokovic received treatment for a wrist issue during his United Cup match against Yuri Lehecka on Tuesday, with the world #1 battle through for a 6-1, 6-7, 6-1 victory. And Kenya's Beatrice Chebet broke the women's world 5 kilometers record at the Cursadales Nassau road race in Barcelona. Beatrice crossed the line in 14 minutes and 13 seconds, beating Ethiopian Senbere Teferi's women-only record by 16 seconds. And with this, it's a wrap here on Express News for now, but news and updates will continue here on DD India. Thank you so much for joining us right now. Namaskar.